Everything that could burn had burned, but no charred remains of the children were found in the ruins. It was as if they had disappeared into thin air. Even the firemen who had fought the blaze and combed through the wreckage were stunned. There was no sign of any human remains, and there had been no other signs of the children leaving the house. They were gone, vanished without a trace. This eerie absence only added to the confusion and horror of the situation. Where were the children? What had happened to them? And how had they vanished from the scene of such destruction? The local authorities, though perplexed, quickly formed a conclusion. The children must have perished in the fire, their bodies lost in the chaos. But George and Jennie refused to accept that. They knew in their hearts that their children weren't dead. They couldn't be. They had to be alive somewhere. George, a man of relentless determination, decided to take matters into his own hands. He launched his own investigation, poring over every detail of the fire. He spoke with the fire chief and visited the site repeatedly, trying to find any evidence that might explain what had happened. He meticulously examined the house's structure, the remains of the fire, and the surrounding area, convinced that something didn't add up. The fire experts had said that such an intense blaze would have left some kind of remains, ashes, bone fragments, something. But there was nothing, only the burnt timbers and charred rubble. He even went so far as to hire his own private detective to follow up on any leads. He spoke to neighbors, tracked down people who might have seen something the night of the fire. But all he was left with were strange whispers, rumors that seemed to swirl around the town, never quite making sense. One rumor stood out to George. People claimed to have seen a strange truck parked near the house the night of the fire. A large vehicle, possibly a flatbed truck, driven by men who were unfamiliar to the area. But no one could say for sure who they were, or what their connection to the Sodders might have been. The sightings were vague, fragmented, as if the people who spoke of them weren't sure whether they had imagined it or had actually seen something. But George couldn't shake the feeling that the truck was somehow connected to the disappearance of his children.